Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I may only look a month younger, but believe me, I feel like a kid. If there was anything I needed, it was those 4 weeks on the desert. Roughing it really did me a world of good.
Roughing it? Well, I wouldn't exactly say that you were leading such a rough life there, Jack.
Oh, you wouldn't, eh?
No, I saw you out many a night in Palm Springs, and you were wearing a tuxedo.
Yes, but it wasn't pressed. And if you'd have looked close, you'd have noticed that carnation in my buttonhole was a cactus blossom. And full of stickers. Don't tell me I didn't rough it. Why, I'm as hard as nails.
So you feel pretty rugged now, huh, Jack?
Do I, Don? You remember how soft and flabby my arms used to be?
Uh-huh.
Well, wait till I roll up my sleeve. I'll make a muscle for you. Wait.
Oh, Jack, you don't have to bother. I'll take your word for it.
No, Don. You know what a liar I am. No, I want to show you. Now watch. I'll raise my arm. There. How's that, Don? How's that muscle?
Where? I don't see it.
Right there on that tattoo. See how fat the eagle is now? See?
Eagle? I thought that was a sparrow.
With E pluribus unum on it? What are you talking about? I tell you, Don, I feel so good I'd like to get in a scrap with someone. Wait till Dennis Day comes in. I'll straighten him out fast. He'll never know what hit him.
Now, Jack, wait a minute. Take it easy.
Take it easy, nothing. I've got a muscle, and I'm going to use it. That kid has got to learn how to behave himself.
But, Jack, you're being unfair. Ever since Dennis has been on this program, he's been a perfect little gentleman. Well-behaved and well-mannered.
Well-mannered? Let me tell you something, Don. Last Monday, when I gave Dennis his salary check, he looked me straight in the eye and said, "Thank you very much."
Well, what's wrong with that?
Don, with the check he gets, that very much is pure sarcasm. Teach that kid to thank me. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. What are you doing with your fist up in the air?
I made a muscle for Don, and I can't get my arm down. See? See the muscle?
Where?
Right there.
Some muscle. Looks like a marshmallow with a hangover.
The hardest marshmallow you ever saw. Boy, there's a real muscle.
What are you going to do, stand there like a baking soda ad?
No, help me get my arm down. Here, pull. Ooh. Well, the eagle's a sparrow again. But just the same, wait till Dennis gets here. I'll fix that kid.
What about Dennis?
I'm going to beat him up, that's all. He's been acting too fresh around here lately, and it's time I straighten him out.
Straighten him out? Why don't you do something about Phil Harris? He's the wise guy.
Mary, Phil is nothing but a big, playful kid. But Dennis is a real troublemaker.
And he's smaller than you are.
That's merely a coincidence. Let me ask you something, Mary. How about when we were driving back from Palm Springs in the Maxwell? All that kid did was complain all the way in.
Well, who wouldn't complain? It's a 3-hour trip, and it took us 4 days to make it.
Well?
4 days from Palm Springs to Los Angeles? Why, it's only 120 miles.
129. We came by way of San Bernardino. Besides, we stopped to enjoy the scenery. It was lovely down with those snow-capped mountains and beautiful orange groves.
Oh, you and your orange groves. That's all we had for 4 days, orange juice.
Never mind.
The sign got 'em. All you can drink for 10 cents.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. Wait a minute. Don't give Don any false impressions. There was food, too. What about that delicious pressed chicken we had?
It had to be pressed. You ran over it.
All right, I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
An accident?
Yes.
Then why did Rochester yell tally-ho and chase it clear through a cornfield?
That never happened, and you know it. Would have been a very pleasant trip if you and Dennis hadn't been beefing all the time. I'll fix that kid. By the way, Don, how did you come back to town?
Well, the little woman and I took the train. It was a very nice, restful trip.
Oh, the train is swell, Don, but I prefer motoring myself. I don't know, you see more of the country that way.
But, Jack, even allowing for sightseeing, I can't understand why it took you 4 days to come from Palm Springs to Los Angeles.
Oh, 4 days isn't so bad.
That's progress. It used to take the covered wagon 6.
And they didn't come by way of San Bernardino like I did. Anyway, Mary, you had a swell time in Palm Springs. You're back in Hollywood safe and sound, so forget it.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, here he is. All right, kid, put him up. Put him up. You've been aching for trouble, and you're going to get it.
What's going on here?
It's a long story. Jack found a muscle.
It's not it at all. Come on, kid, up with your dukes. I'll teach you to be careful.
Well, gee, I didn't mean to run over that tin can with the lawnmower.
That's not what I'm talking about. A small fine covers that. I just don't want you to go around complaining about your trip home from Palm Springs. I was nice enough to invite you.
Gosh, I drank so much orange juice I feel like a sunset.
Well, let me tell you something, Dennis. Orange juice is not only nourishing, but it's very good for you. It'll keep you from catching a cold.
I won't sneeze till 1980.
Well, that does it. All right, Dennis, put up your due.
Oh, Jack, will you stop being so childish? You're just picking on Dennis because he's the smallest one in our gang.
Mary's right. It's not like you, Jack, to be a bully. Why, in your physical condition, you could mangle the kid.
I could? Gee. Huh?
Certainly, you're a gorilla. You don't realize your own strength.
I don't? Well.
No. Now, the least you can do is apologize to Dennis.
Well, all right.
You don't have to, Mr. Benny. I'm a rat, and that's all there is to it.
No, you're not a rat, kid.
Well, one of us is.
Look, Dennis, you better sing your song before I lose my temper again. I don't know my own strength, like Don says. Now, what's it going to be?
I'm going to sing In Dublin's Fair City.
Good. Oh, Mary,
What do you want?
help me get my arm down. It's stuck again.
Okay.
Ooh. Thanks, Mary. Sing, kid.